As I read your book, I kept thinking about this other tension that is out there that people have written a lot about, and that is the sort of ambidextrous organization idea. Operationally optimized, so it is very efficient and therefore very rigid. And on the other hand, it has developed an ability to sense threats and opportunities because there's a kind of looseness there. There's a network. It's not as hierarchical. How does that mesh with your thesis?
Yeah, this is, again, such a common discussion today, and it's so important. Our research anyway, so let me start there, would indicate that lots of companies that believe they can be agile in a very loose term and resilient and flexible really probably can't. So I think that's the sort of first. So even if you believe this idea that if only I could sort of predict what's happening in the world and move my organization to all these great opportunities, I think some small organizations can get there. But the large organizations that have built the model they've built, they have a very hard time moving. And even if they can move, there's usually someone else that can move faster because they happen to be in the right space. So I think there's a fundamental flaw with this concept. I think there's something very important about flexibility. And I often go back to the quote from Jeff Bezos, and he was asked all these questions about change because you'd expect someone like that to be asked. And he said, I often get these questions about change. I rarely get questions about what's not going to change. And I think the latter is more important. There's more value in thinking about things that will always create value in a changing environment. Customers will always want low prices. I have to find ways to change, but change on that dimension.